Hey guys, what is up? Today we are going to be talking about tilt, which is a pretty decent buzzword in poker, and the actual thing itself is a really big deal. So today I want to talk about what it is, why we experience it, and maybe how to counter it, stop it, mitigate it, all of those things. And the timing for me making this video is pretty good because yesterday, some of you were in the stream. We had an incredibly tilting session. Like, so many things were going wrong. Nothing was really going our way. Honestly, it's a miracle how we somehow were up 4 buy-ins of EV. So yeah, let's. So I've gone through the session already, and I've written down all of the hands that tilted me. And as you can see, there's like 5 there, so there's about 20 hands or 20 occasions where there's a contribution to my tilt, which is a hell of a lot of hands. I didn't actually expect there to be this many, but yeah, let's check a few out. So the first one, 6-8 of hearts. Or is that my opponent's hand? So yeah, this one tilted me, so we 3-bet. I wouldn't normally call this, but we're 200 bigs deep, so I felt like, if there's ever a chance to win a big pot, it's going to be this kind of one. Bet on the flop seems standard. We have no reads on this guy, by the way. Just to, get a float out of ace-king, and then he can fold the turn. The hand is still going on the river somehow. We do improve with like 10-9 suited. If we have 5-6, we probably have this hand. Ace-jack suited, pocket queens. So yeah, we do improve with some stuff. And anyway, he calls off a jam. So firstly, he cold 4-bet 6-8 suited, and secondly, he just check calls 3 ways. And this is tilting because so I wrote it down here. When the opponent wins when they shouldn't win. I mean, I'm not sure whose range is doing better on this spot. If I had to guess, I would imagine mine, but maybe 6-8 suited perfectly breaks even or is profitable, but yeah, that was just tilting because how does a unknown cold 4-bet 6-8 suited against me? Queen of spades, queen of clubs. Yeah, so some random guy just 3-bet jams 200 bigs, and I mean, I had a tough time putting him on kings plus, just because I was like, the chances are he's probably just spewing a stack. So we tried to do the exploit call to win some free money, but lo and behold, he just has aces, so that was pretty tilting. Well, it wasn't that tilting, but we tried and failed. Next we have, actually what I'm going to do is do this, same as what I did before. I think it's better. Let me put this. Okay. Wait, should I have described tilt a bit more? Well, tilt is, it's just talking about like my emotions after or during these hands. Like, it's a mixture of being frustrated, being upset, feeling like you were hard done by, or like some injustice was done. Injustice is like one of the kind of buzzwords about tilt, but yeah, so you're probably more familiar with it, when you're just annoyed and frustrated. So I don't often have to bet this, but our range is doing much better than his. This guy's, if he's playing well, his range will look more like 8s through to jacks than all of the pocket pairs. But if he, on the same note, if he does have a strategy where he has all the sets, so I talked about this hand yesterday on stream. If he does have this strategy where he has deuces through to jacks, we beat 36, is it? No, we beat 42, and we lose to 9, so we're winning 80% of the time. And that's not including any unpaired hole cards. If he has 6-7, then whatever. So on the turn, we're meant to have the best hand here, like I say, 80% of the time. And he just has a set which is, as I say, tilting. Queen of diamonds, queen of spades. So we get min 3-bet. An opponent check raises, and we just stick it in. And he has 10-8 offsuit. I think I talked about this hand as well. I've deleted it, but you know, if his range has 10-8 off in, you know, he's got about 50% of every possible whole card combination. So we're just crushing his range. I think we have 80% equity against a range as wide as 10-8 off. So yeah, I wrote down it's tilting when the opponent played a hand awfully and we still lose, or they won. That's pretty frustrating. Oh crap, pressed the wrong button somewhere. Okay, let's go to the next one. What am I looking for? Ace of diamonds, king of hearts. Okay, we raise, we get 3-bet, we call. Opponent bets, we call. Opponent bets, we call. We get checked on the river. I think we have to value bet this. There's so many busted draws. Like if he did have queens, maybe he could find a call. But no, he just has aces. So yeah, it's tilting when we lose the 4 combos at maximum, and we still lose, which is 1 combo of kings and 3 of aces, and he's probably gonna bet aces on the river at some percent. So we lose to like 2 combos maybe. That's tilting. Ace of clubs, king of spades. We 4-bet. This was after a lot of hands, so I was pretty tilted by this point, and I was just like, screw it. If he's got the nuts, he's got the nuts. So we do suck out on kings, but this was still tilting when you run into the nuts and you block the nuts, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I could have flatted the 4-bet, but kings, this is tilting because we get min 5-bet by nit, and there's no counterplay when you're up against aces. It's pretty tilting. Queen 10 of diamonds. So yeah, we call. We slow play the flop with the nuts, the effective nuts. We turn, even better, and we jam the river polarized, and the guy has queens, and it's tilting when you flop the best hand. And from that point onwards you should have like a 99% chance of winning, but you still lose. That is tilting. Why is it stopped? Okay. Jack 8 of spades. So this guy we know is a bit of a monkey. He's been playing really loose. So I go for the check raise. He calls. I'm just jamming here with my sets and my combo draws. He calls. And it's tilting when he bet calls the flop with nothing, improves, and still wins. And our range here has like 70% equity or something. Like, it's tilting when your range is doing very well, but you happen to have the semi-bluff. And on the flop, his hand against the check raise has like 20%. It's just terrible. Ace deuce of hearts. So we 3-bet called BVB. This is what I'm meant to do, but maybe I should just fold against the nit. We make a pair, and I'm just trying to get called by either a draw or get high cards to fold. And it's tilting when your opponent just has basically the nuts in such a late position spot where he should have quite a wide range. Okay, we're looking for king of hearts, king of spades. We 3-bet. So we have a limp call by this player. He leads, we just punt it in, and it's tilting when someone limp calls. A small pocket pair makes a set, and when his range is going to be incredibly wide when he's limp calling. He's going to have, you know, 9 combos that beat us, and, you know, probably 100 or 200 combos in his range, so it's pretty frustrating when that happens. This was kind of tilting, but this was also my own bad, so I'm not too pissed off about this one. Kings, 9s, 9. Okay, we see a flop 3 ways. I decided to raise this one because this board is doing really good for our range. We turn even better with a straight flush draw, and it's tilting when you face a donk nuke on the river, and you're close to the top of your range, and yeah, the guy just has the nuts. That's pretty tilting. 10-8 of spades. So this was kind of tilted at my own mistake. I'm not meant to check raise this hand, and it's tilting when you run into just the nuts. But yeah, this is my bad because I probably squeezed 6s and 9s. I mean, if I check raise a gut shot here, I do turn a straight, so that's pretty good. But that was more of a frustration at myself. Ace of diamonds, ace of spades, so we 3-bet squeeze this. It's tilting when you get it in with 87% equity and you still lose. This was not a hand that we got tilted at. King 3 of spades. Wait, where is it? Ace of hearts, queen of spades. Okay, so we seem to have lost a hand, but whatever. So we cold 4-bet ace queen off against someone who's 3-betting quite wide or is a bit of a monkey. We get checkmate raised. Our range is doing really good here, so I just jam. And yeah, he 3-bet called king 10 off, which is tilting. Yeah, when they play the hand terribly and they still win, even though your range probably wins. This hand was tilting when we lose to 7 combos and we beat 6 other combos of stack offs, and we also beat many other combos of draws and, you know, weaker made hands like aces, for example. So that's pretty tilting. Queen of what is it? Queen of diamonds, queen of clubs. Okay. We called 4-bet queens. We decided to check call. And it's tilting when someone 3-bet calls a trash hand and still wins. God, this is painful for me to go through. Ace of hearts, queen of spades. Okay. So we 3-bet squeeze this. And it's tilting on this river when I know we lose to a lot of stuff here, mainly ace jack, but you know, when we see his actual whole cards, it's tilting when you have 90% equity on the turn and you still lose. Ace of clubs, ace of diamonds. Oops. It's tilting when someone plays a hand like that and they win. It's tilting when someone 3-bet calls a junk hand, checkman raises flop, and you jam with pretty strong range advantage and still lose. And yeah, they played the hand terribly kind of thing, you know how it is. Pocket 10s. This was a mistake somewhere along the way post flop, but at this point I was so tilted, I was just like, you know, how am I beat here? We have decent blockers, we have a heart, we have, you know, 10-9 blocker, and I don't think people go for thin value enough, so I was just like, you know, how does he king jack bet the turn sort of thing, and like he had king 7, and I was just like, what the fuck. So when they min 3-bet trash hands and they still win, it's annoying. I think we played this one okay. Ace deuce SS. Okay, we 3-bet squeeze this. This wasn't super tilting, but you know, we're against an unknown and we're facing big bets, and we decide to call to see, you know, get a read for future, and they have 2 pair. That's fine. That's not that tilting, but it's annoying when you're in that spot and you don't know what to do. It could be air, it could be the nuts, you know, which I guess is the point of polarization. But yeah, this hand's kind of tilting because you just run into the nuts. And the guy's a short stacker, you know. Against short stackers, normally you stack off kind of light, so it's kind of unfortunate. This hand was so tilting as well. So this guy should have a set here, like always. And it's just tough when, you know, on this kind of card you're just always going to lose some money. Then on the river, like, we actually have a lot of aces and kings here, as in top set and second top set. So it's tilting when your range is actually doing pretty well and you still lose. Ace 4 of hearts. No, wait. No, we've seen that. Oh, nines. Where is it? Did I go by it? Nine of clubs, nine of hearts. Oh, that seems to be all of them. Yeah, I'm not sure where some of the cards went, but that's fine. I think we've gone over enough hands and like why they're tilting. So, what can we do to not get tilted? I mean, a lot of these things were just like really low frequency events, so I think we just need to, you know, remain calm and just like ensure our strategy is still playing well, and just have confidence in ourselves. I think that's a big thing. And often with me, I get tilted when I make a mistake and I don't know whether I did the right thing. But I think in pretty much all of these spots, like I said when I analysed them, there was only a couple of hands where I was in no man's land about my strategy, like whether I was playing it perfectly or whether I was bluffing too much, like the 10-8 SS one, where is it? Yeah, I check raised the flop too wide, and I'm bluffing too much. I don't have enough value because I wasn't squeezing the hands that made a set. I was squeezing the hands that had sets in that board, so I didn't actually have much value there. So that's a bit frustrating when you make the mistake yourself. And yeah, just when you like lose all ins and just, yeah, it's just frustrating. So you just gotta, I think, just believe in yourself and say, you know what, I played that perfectly, I played that as well as I could have. You know, that's life. But you know, this was a really rough session. I think a lot of you would agree if you watch through these hands. Like, you know, there's a lot of unavoidable stuff in there. Though I probably made maybe, so there's 20 hands in here. I probably made like maybe 5 mistakes across the 20 hands, maybe more, maybe less. But you know, most of the time I played it fine. And we just were really unlucky, like so amazingly unlucky. But I remember at the start of the session, actually, do you know what's pretty funny, right? I think at the start of the session we made more mistakes than, oh no, this was the original session. So this session we played perfect. Then I came back from the gym and I was pretty hypey and gassed up and happy, and I think I was playing a bit too wide, and I think that's kind of explains some of the losses here. But you know, this bit was just so rough, it was brutal. You know, we lost in terms of EV, and we lost also the all-ins as well. So yeah. So yeah, this was just my video on tilt. I don't really feel like I've talked enough about how to mitigate it, but I think, you know, it's all in your own head. You just have to like just believe in yourself, be confident in your strategies, and just hold on. You know, there is a lot of variance in poker, so you just have to be calm and stuff. But yeah, to have this many tilting situations in one session was absolutely ridiculous. So I was pretty tilted. I'm kind of impressed I held it together as well as I did. In the past, I probably would have started 3-betting and 4-betting a lot wider, but yeah. So yeah, I'll see you in the stream. I hope you learned something. I'm not sure what you can learn from this video, but you know, I wanted to talk about tilt, and yeah, maybe some of these notes will be interesting to you. You know, entitlement to win when you have the strong hand. Yeah, treated unfairly when we lose, blah blah blah. It's tilting to play against strategies, there's no counterplay. You know, when the opponent just has the nuts, that's pretty tilting. And yeah, tilt when your opponent wins when they don't deserve to win, or they shouldn't win, or their strategy sucks and, you know, they should win. I mean, obviously they're going to have a win percent, but you want them to lose every time with a bad strategy, but that's just not how it works. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye bye.